The last few weeks going against some NFC East teams, and boy, have they been very stressful games. As you can obviously tell, we lost in Week 12 to the Cowboys, a very close one, but just ultimately could not catch up to the Cowboys. And then the Commanders, a bunch of turnovers, 2 pick sixes thrown by us. I think maybe the first time ever in the series, maybe the last time ever. And luckily, though, we clutched up with 22 seconds left to put up the game-leading touchdown, and then the Commanders just botched the time near the end of the game, and they had 22 seconds left, and they had 3 timeouts, and they moved the ball maybe 15, 20 yards, so I know it's not easy, it's easier said than done, but they definitely had an opportunity, and, well, they wasted it. They move on to 3-9, which probably ends their season, and we just talked about this last episode. Breakout running back for Javon Washington. I would imagine it would be kind of crazy if it wasn't him. Of course, we are missing our running back number 1, and because of that, for the next 3 weeks, I think we should probably add another running back to our squad. I don't know if we have room, though. It says 53 out of 53, so someone might have to get deactivated so we can at least have some safety precautions in case we do have more injuries at the position. Running back is probably the most injury-prone position in the league. Be not very great to have only 2 of them. Looking at the players of the week, the Patriots with Mac Jones and then Miles Murphy. And then on the other side, of course, we gave one with Kyle Fuller, or Kendall Fuller anyways, who had a pick 6 and a forced fumble. I get it, but they lost, right? I don't know. It's a defender. You can't really do much about it. Alexander for the Lions, pretty decent, but we are now on to a completely different division as we are taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Next week will be the Jaguars, which is a very important game. But let's take a look at our roster real quick. Of course, some things changed because of those injuries, so players are going to be moving around, and we will likely need to be signing a new player, like I said, at running back, just to make sure we're not screwed if another injury does happen. The receivers, they've been pretty good, but we had some drops last week, which is definitely worrisome. O-line, I felt, held in long enough, but there was a couple of plays where we just barely didn't have enough time, or we just barely got the ball off, which is worrisome. Safeties, we can definitely move these around. I don't know why Pearson is at number 3. We'll move all that around as well. But it's a great team that, once again, we have underplayed a little bit. We've been a little underwhelming, but overall, I like our chances week in and week out. But let's take a look at the injuries for the Vikings. Take a look at their roster. Take a look at our breakout. Add a backup running back. Zach Seiler is injured. That's, pretty decent for us in the run game. Obviously, with how important this week is for Washington, we have to focus on the run game. And maybe if that doesn't work, second half, we focus on the short pass game. Of course, Jordan Love, the quarterback for the Vikings. Who would have thought? He's actually looking pretty good, though. 92 throw power, mid-80s, like really high 80s actually, for his throwing. Play action's pretty decent, break sack's not great, but who cares? Nick Flowers, who would have thought the Vikings would have had another really good running back, right? Juke move's not great, spin move's not great, but he's very trucky, and he has great speed. Change direction's a little iffy, and he can't really catch, but overall, they got themselves another elite running back who has wrecking ball. That's going to wreck my head. Justin Jefferson, basically the best wide receiver in the league. Number 2, Jordan Addison. He's kind of coming along too. Release is really high up there now, though, with 81. Number 3, Osborne. I feel like he gave us problems in the past as well. And then there's not really much athleticism going on. Even Justin Jefferson probably shouldn't be that fast, but he developed nicely. 94, 94, 94, 97. That's pretty good. TJ Hawkinson, super good catching. Pretty damn good route running. Release is high. Dara Saw, 91 overall. Insanely good player. Should be superstar. Don't know if he is. Ezra Cleveland, 79 overall. 78 for Spencer. 75 for Fowler. And then O'Neal, the other guy. So the tackles are solid. Left end, wrong position group. He's supposed to be, they kind of need a 3-4 guy, but maybe it's just because Zach is injured. Harrison Phillips, that's the correct scheme. Good block shedding. BJ Hill's not bad himself, but maybe you put, I thought Harrison Phillips was bigger than that. I guess not. I guess BJ Hill at DT makes sense. Danielle Hunter's still here, but his ratings have definitely taken a hit. Very good in block shed, though, and his finesse is decent. Middle linebacker is holy crap, the speed. Change direction isn't great, but 94 speed for a 6'4 linebacker seems illegal. And the craziest part is they don't even have a boost in speed for the position. That's just his base speed. I think there is one for linebacker, especially outside linebacker, where you can get +3. It'd be 97 speed linebacker. That is literally like Ryan Shazier Mutt. I don't even know. Right outside linebacker, TJ Edwards, They need a pass rusher, I guess. Well, maybe a Davenport will play there. I don't know. But, yeah, that's something. Byron Murphy, cornerback 1. Pretty balanced, actually. Really good zone, but okay, man. Dante Jackson, very fast, but his coverage ratings aren't great. And then Kobe Bryant is, he's iffy. Lewis Seen, zone coverage is decent. Super fast, obviously. And then Julian Love, pretty fast with decent zone coverage as well. Pretty good team, actually, and you can kind of see why, as they're 7-5. As we are going to have to take a look at this breakout, do our training, get our upgrades in, and add that running back. Of course, Coach, our rushing attack was great last week, and I think Javon Washington was a big reason. Well, of course, he was the only reason why. You need 2 touchdowns. Fair enough. 100-plus yards with 2 touchdowns. I'm going to be honest with you. I deserve all of the shame in the world, unless it's an injury, if I do not get this scenario. That would be disgraceful. This scenario needs to exist. They don't seem to run the ball well. I'm going to go with short pass because it says that's what they do, and we can also stop the run by being near the line of scrimmage. And then, of course, we talked about it, run inside because we need to get this scenario. And I think you put the running back on there this week because you want to maybe somehow sneak a dev up here, and then it would double dev up. I've never tried that. I've never seen what happens. So it'd be very interesting to see if that actually would work. King, who is our king, has an upgrade point. And I think even though you don't really care for your backup to be throwing bombs, deep accuracy is one of his biggest issues. So getting a +1 a deep and medium is not bad. He's a capable quarterback, obviously. Under pressure is not great, and he has this paranoid sense of it. But, pretty damn good medium, pretty good short, accurate, can run around. I mean, that guy could be a franchise quarterback, although he's kind of stuck with us. And, of course, Blackwell going to be playing significant snaps this game, I imagine. Although we're going to keep an eye on that position because last week, it seemed like when Petrie got injured, things went really bad, especially in the run game. So I am definitely interested to see if we can do better. Mark Mitchell, who cares? And then Riley is a backup freaking lineman, so who cares there as well. But whatever, we'll do the upgrades while we're here. And then we do need to make some changes, specifically adding another running back. And I think that's going to result in us either getting rid of DJ Jones. Yeah, I can't sign him anywhere, so it's going to be DJ Jones gone. And I suppose the best available one is Isaiah Spiller. Not the most athletic, but good carrying, decent change of direction, pretty strong, and can juke. So a little bit of everything, and that's who we're going to be bringing in as our number 3 for now. And here we are at home for a pretty big one. Obviously, we're going up against a more than capable team, and we have a breakout scenario in this one. Looking at player spotlight. Obviously, Stroud ended up putting up some touchdowns, but those interceptions keep on climbing. Jordan Love on the other side. Don't know how well he's played, but he has weapons. Very good running back, solid tackles. There should be no excuse for them when it comes to the offense succeeding. Maybe a total wins because the defense, there's some shaky spots, but their offense should be more than capable of putting up points, putting up yards, and doing damage. And at 7-5, that's not a bad record. It's a decent record. But they are going up against the Houston Texans, who, when we are hot, are the toughest team in the league to beat. And the Vikings obviously know that, and they're going to try and probably mix it up. They don't really seem to run the ball well, even though they have a really good running back. Might just be the offensive line not being very good at run defending or run blocking. But once again, we do know that win or lose, we need this scenario. Washington getting to star dev would be very nice. Help him develop. And we'd have a really solid 1-2 punch, and it does seem like we're going to be getting the ball first as well to see kind of how hard this scenario might be. Obviously, Washington, very dangerous in the receiving game as well, so it's not just going to come from the ground, but receiving as well. I don't want to force any good blocking, guys. Don't want to force anything with, rushing touchdowns at the goal line and get injured, fumble, and not score and lose the game, whatever it may be, but definitely need to get this scenario. I'm not saying it's easy, but this should be a scenario we get. Of course, we've seen those numbers. Stroud having another pretty good season. Look at that gauntlet of a matchup down there. Holy. The battle of the playoff berths, right? I'm actually going to throw this ball, I think. Let's go with a not deep in, but a short in for Collins. We got Washington in the receiving game. And, we probably have the tight end there. I kind of got tunnel vision. When I seen the running back wasn't open, I was like, I'm going to take the short play. I'm almost certain Boyer got open. I saw him on the corner of my eye, and I just never got back to it. And this looks like it could be an opening. A lot of players standing up here, but, I don't think they're going to make a play here. Or I'm wrong. We get a whole 1.5 yards, too. I don't know how that's possible. Going with the trap play. I don't know. This looks like a blitz. I'm still going to run it. I don't care. And I wanted it all, but my brain was like, you know what? Just get the first down. Just do that. Go with the inside zone again. Slide him over if we can. And the receiver, Nico, doing a pretty good job. Didn't fight that one. We gained about 5. It's something. And already coming out with a screen pass. Going over to Danielle Hunter's side, though. He's a pretty smart player. Doesn't see it coming. Very good block there, and sadly, Shaq Mason does not reciprocate what the tackle did, but that was a really good block. I did not think he was going to get there in time. Got a little read option. Running the ball pretty hard here. And read option, they're going to be keeping this. Stroud, he's a big fella. Why not? Getting a yard or two. You know, getting them into playoff form. You know, those are plays that you're not going to be sliding on that often in the playoffs, especially if you really need it. So get used to a little bit of contact. Just a little bit. Never hurt anyone. Washington going to try to use that speed and does. Just didn't believe in Kenyon Green, who's obviously not the fastest guy in the world. Going to go to the pass game. They look like they've come up, so the run is maybe going to open something up here for us. It's going to be another short play, but Ford will get the first down. Wide zone. They have no starting edge rusher in, it seems. Should be looking pretty good here. And Washington showing off some speed. Not that much speed. I keep forgetting that guy's 94 speed at linebacker. He closed down so quick, but it's still a 9-yard gainer. Oh my, that was scary. Going with the play action. We wanted this from last week, and they gave us some wonky one. Slow it down. Mackey is going to catch it. That was really weird. I didn't like the way Stroud kind of ran that. I tried to stop him, and he just started running to the left, but a first down's a first down. Kind of giving him under center, you know, kind of heavy run look. But it's going to be play action. See if we can catch him off guard. Not super open. What else we could do? And there you go. Nico Collins first down. Pretty damn good drive. Halfback, stretch back left. That really didn't work last time, but it seems like they have a slight bit more players on that right side. And there goes Washington. Not going to get it. I thought he was in. Gains 3, though. And they only have 3 bodies on the line, so if we get a push. Washington cutting that cleanly. Gains about 5 there. I think there's going to have to be a throw. 3rd and 2 from the 2. We'll see, though. Stick is pretty good. They're blitzing, so Boyer should be open. Never mind. It's going to be Nico Collins who scores the touchdown. Very nice drive. A long drive. We did what we wanted to do. We finished with a touchdown. That is Texan football. Maybe not as big play Texan football as usual, but that is nice. And with the Vikings kneeling in the end zone, we get to see the offense for the first time today. Jordan Love. He's actually a pretty good overall right now. And he has had a decent season. 21 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 2,888 yards. Pretty accurate season as well, so definitely a plus. Although with the... oh, he's a superstar. Okay. Got a couple of superstars on this offense. A lot of them, actually. But with those weapons, maybe you want to see more. And I don't know if that was a bad throw, but Stingley was in very good coverage. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Washington was actually a captain for today's game. As we want that man feeling up to the challenge as much as possible. And that is a really good play. Really good catch by Osborne, who is going to do it again, isn't he? Got some tight ends in. Obviously, it's far from a guaranteed run, but still, we're going to be banking on it. And we're going to get him with Christian Harris. And didn't even need to, as Will Anderson was about to cook. Will's probably pretty mad because, you know, Christian Harris got in there for free, whereas Will broke off the line and he got beat by a blitzer, sadly. But whatever works. Whatever gets us the sack. And trying to strip him. Not going to get it. Only gaining 2. Vikings going backwards after that first, or after that sack. And it's going to be hard for them to get anything going here. 5 wide, though, so you just never know. Are we covering? I'm gonna let him do that. The running back's blocking perfectly. And Glover somehow wins his matchup. I don't know if anyone was open, but good pressure by the D-line so far, and that will be a punt, losing 15 yards on their first drive, kind of. And here comes the return for Judge. And just going to get some yards. Stay in the pile just in case you fumble, so at least there's a chance you tackle down there all on your own, and that's a GG. Got these corners. See if Boyer wants to get open. Kind of predetermined that, and he just has that out on him. Who is that? Edwards. Edwards is not going to be able to cover Boyer in space. And he actually did a pretty good job, better than he probably should have, but That's asking for a lot. I got a lot of players up to the line of scrimmage, but I still like Washington. Great cutback, gains about 3. Thought it was going to be 4, almost 5, but the guards are selling. I just need the guards to do a little bit better. Just a little bit better. Could be another quick throw to Nico Collins. This is actually what scored the touchdown. And Nico gets blasted but holds on. Last week, that could not be the same. That could not be said. And if I liked the play, I would hike it. I don't like the play, so I will not hike it. Second quarter. In control. The Vikings only did have 1 drive, but -1 yard on the drive after 5 plays is absurd. A lot of inside zone plays. This looks good. I mean, if we don't get at least 5 on this. Okay, we'll get 2. Maybe could have went to the outside, but that's not really how the inside zone goes, right? So far, not so good. I'm actually going to go back to the ground game, though. I mean, this isn't a run defense that's known for being, like, a good defense. There goes Washington, though, gaining 11. We're actually going to hurry up to the line here and run that base play that we had. They're not going to be bringing the heat. Washington's open. Big play over the middle all the way down to the 5. 9 for 9, 87 yards and a touchdown. And Washington easily over 50. Don't want to, gas them out too hard, but near the goal line, a touchdown would be nice. And had to go inside all the way to the 1. I'm going to hurry up to the line here and see if they're ready for it. They do look like they're audibling, so if we can go with a quick pass maybe instead. No in trouble. Oh, what a throw! In the zone, CJ Stroud makes it look too easy. The side-armed whip. Beautiful play. And right now, there is nothing that can go wrong for this team. Nico Collins so strong, takes the whole team out in tug of war. Look at that thing. I mean, pretty open in fairness, but beautiful play. 5 wide again. They refuse to run the ball. Over the middle, though. And, I mean, kind of a run. It goes to the running back, I guess. Well, they got a lot of players over. Well, I'm not ready for this. And there goes the running back. One-on-one. Sermon blasts him. 10 yards gain. Not really an elusive guy. Should have just went for the power move, but we were going low anyway, so probably not much he could have done. Bringing the blitz. Jordan Love maybe getting a little more comfortable now. This drive's starting off a lot better than the other ones. Or other one, I should say, and that's a dot over the middle. And great tackle on Osborne, but as he's about to get crushed by Hudson, too, so under pressure, throws a nice one. Don't know what the hell Clayton's doing there. Was he think it's not a first down? Blackwell, the deep safety. We step up, going against the running back, and good hit, but that will be a completion to Addison for 7. Blitz off the edge. I don't want, it to be like known that we're blitzing with Pearson, but we're going to probably step up and... Oh, maybe not. Oh, there you go, Will Anderson. Nobody can run those sweeps. I'm going to use her Blackwell. Try to sit near the middle of the field. Oh, he's got him. No, he doesn't. Wow. Was that just not thrown to the end zone? I thought he had him. They got some receivers on this team, though. I don't know what he's, yelling at him for. The throw just wasn't there, I don't think. Verticals and off the line, he burns them. It is man coverage, so it makes sense. Field goal attempt, down 14. At least they get on the board, and, it doesn't feel like a shutout anymore. And, maybe that helps the morale, I suppose. Trying to go for the block, won't get it, and the kick is up. Pretty easy and good, right down the middle. We have another chance before half, though. But at the same time, they have the ball at half. So if they were able to get a stop here and even get a field goal, it's once again back to anyone's game for the most part. And I know we're easily on par to get this scenario, but I just don't trust injuries. So I would really like to knock this out if we could with Washington. A nice big play would be great. Today, Washington, 49 rushing yards, got to be at least 20 receiving. Stretch play, I don't really like it, but I'm not really sure what else we can do. I think we just ball carrier vision the hell out of this. And we did about as well as we could. Kind of inside, shiftiness. If there was a room, there wasn't. We went to the outside, and the blocks really weren't there either. But 5 yards is still 5 yards, so why not? Let's see if they read the edge. I need Boyer to get to that. Oh, kind of glad that they read the quarterback. Washington gains another 5. Priority alert. The Colts at 4-8 still have a chance on this season. Who would have thought? It's an interesting play, but they have leverage on all of those routes. And we're going to gain nothing. Actually lose a yard. And yes, I do know that, Pierce is a better player than Washington, but this is kind of why we haven't run the ball as much this season. Donaldson, not bad. Throws there, and the giant man catches it. Stroud, yet to miss. Not really a whole lot of defense can do, and the quarterback just refuses to miss a throw. perfect route, and I thought he missed that one. Ford's got speed, and he's in. Massive touchdown. It could be game. I thought it was overthrown, but it was actually on the money. He knows that man's speed better than anyone. Apparently better than the defense, because they just did not play over top. And Ford on that corner route there, easily burning the defense and scoring the touchdown. Bring the blitz. Really trying to call a game here. He brought too much of a blitz. Can't switch me to the right guy. And good tackle. Doesn't need to go out of bounds, so why would he go out of bounds? Davenport looking a little anemic. Whole damn squad. Like, how do they think that looks good? Okay, I'm done. Let's go back to actually trying to win this game. Pretty good play. I thought he fumbled. I don't know why. It looked like either the ball came out or his hand popped off. That was a quick play, though. Clayton should have the safety help. Oh, Hudson. Oh, blasted fumble. Ah! What the hell was that? The damn Undertaker. Bro, I've never seen that. All right, I was kind of looking at the play, so I didn't really get much of a chance to audible. And Love's in trouble and throws it away. Felt like somebody on that left side might have been open, but apparently not. As we're going to pretty much hand this off no matter what. And they do read the quarterback anyways, but Washington gains about 6. Takes us to the 2-minute warning and just about has a scenario already, and it's not even the second half yet. Could you also imagine that Washington gets 20k XP? That would be the juice. DevUp's great, but that XP would be awesome. Good job maneuvering while Shaq Mason is trying to stop us. Adrian Lane, the man that's always injured. We're usually fine, though, so, you know, we'll let him do what he's got to do, which is usually waste the resources on the team. Dot. Rudolph, easy to the 43. Perfect throw in, 14 for 14. And there's been some throws in here, you know? It's not just been, like, super short plays, which there have been, but we cooking. And Nico really didn't win his spot. We don't have much time here, but I thought that was an easy, like, dislocated shoulder. That kind of sucks, but I thought that was going to be an easy, you know, first down type run. So that's why I did it. Can we continue the perfect throwing streak or not? We will. Good catch. All the clock in the world. There's really no need to worry if we got ourselves a crossover in the middle to Ford or not. In some trouble, so we're going to throw that underneath. Nico slipping off will be our second timeout used. I forgot about that injury, which is fair enough. You know, it helps us anyways. Do I really see this as a good play? I don't know. In some trouble. On the run, perfect throw. Goes out of bounds. Nice dive. Doesn't need to. It's a little dramatic, but it's a hell of a play to the 3. Vikings really aren't doing much here. Got to read this play because I think they're covering everyone on that left side. Washington wide open. Gets 1 of 2 for touchdowns as well. And Stroud is having the game of his career. And he doesn't even need to. It's been a pretty chill game. All right, 27 seconds. They really need something. Like, they can't go to half with the score being the way it is. Good strip attempt. I mean, they definitely have to try at least, which they are. For their sake, that's good, but you can't be 28-3 down. Even with ball at half, that's too much. Rip move, Will Anderson. Nice throw to the outside, though. You really need Hawkinson to stay more to the sideline there and at least do a better job getting out of bounds. Not going to make a play, and there goes Hawk. He needs to get out of bounds here, and he's just not going to. And I think you go a little risky here and go mid-blitz. I mean, don't give him a chance to throw this thing. And not going to get out of bounds, so that's a valiant effort, but all for nothing. Halftime. Let's take a look at those numbers. I mean, they've been pretty clean for us. 79 rushing yards, 231 passing. You know, running the ball pretty mixed where the Vikings just aren't. And the score is 28-3. The Vikings have made some comebacks, but that is a tough one. Let's take a look at around the league, though. See if we got any Jaguar information. We got more on the Colts, who are losing by 4 right now against the 1-11 Browns. That is pretty despicable. I just don't think the Colts have it this year. I don't think they have it in them. And then we look over at the Cardinals versus the Giants. And the Cardinals trying to bounce back on the season. Kyler Murray killing it right now. Got some pretty good names there, as you can see. And they are winning by 11 against the 5-7 Giants to potentially go over 500 and maybe give themselves a playoff spot. And this is the one we want to see the most. The Jaguars, who absolutely smoked the Jets. Unbelievable, 31-6. You can't ask for much better than that, and they really didn't even seem like they did much on offense. They just let the defense talk, and they just chilled on offense. But so far, I think we were right. I think running inside, even though it hasn't really been super successful, was the right decision, and then short pass defense, super correct decision. They really haven't run the ball much, and they've wanted to throw short every time when they've gone through the pass, too. So this is, so far, the perfect game plan that we're going to stick with in the second half as well. Kicked a squib to start the second half off, and it kind of went right to their guys. So they're at really good field position, but I feel like quick score is their only chance to really win this game with how much of a deficit they've kind of allowed. Bad play by us. We did a really good job to get deep, but terrible tackle. And kick return is about the fastest way to score in the entire league, pretty much. So that's that was the game plan. Might have backfired a little bit. And it will be another run. Good cutback. Not going to get there. Stiff arm hurdle. Never seen that. That's the Sturtle. That's a new one. Did not have the Sturtle on my bingo card. Manzo's walking on water. Trying to get out there. Oh my God, he's wide. Oh, I actually got a piece of him. Normally in these open field tackle situations, I really sell. It's been a very quick, quick drive. Can they punch it in, though? That is the most important thing. Field goals are just not going to cut it at this point. And you can look at it, oh, well, it cuts the deficit, but nah. You need touchdowns. Oh, that was a good move. We kind of bumped him, and Jordan Love's going to throw this away. If he had a cleaner pocket, maybe he gets it away, and Jordan Love is injured. As if things could not go any worse for them. They're taking a look at him. Might have like a sprained ankle or something. When's if this guy takes over, and he's just like the GOAT. Good spin move. And over the middle, first play is a touchdown. Osborne, always giving us problems. The slot receivers in general giving us problems. And the first throw for this guy, I don't know if it's his first career throw, but the first throw of the game, relieving the injured Jordan Love, it's a touchdown. And they may have life. And I do get that it's early still in the game, but why not go for two? 11 to 28, you get another touchdown with the 2-point. You cut into that field goal, or that 16 points, without, having to get that field goal. As Washington, I think, may have officially become a star-dev player with that run. Of course, they're not running, doing too well in the pass game. They're not doing too well in the run defense, although slightly better. This has not been a good game for the Vikings defense, as we're going to bounce this all the way out on the dive and trying to juke. Doesn't really have that in him yet. 7 yards gained, and if it wasn't official before, it is now. Trying to waste the clock a little bit as they, once again scored pretty quickly, so read option. Oh, we got blasted by our own line. Maybe I should have just went for the guaranteed first down, but that cutback was free. To go from run to, like, this, they might be caught off guard. I did not expect that. What a catch by Boyer. I did not expect him to cover that. He stepped with his hips like he was going to pass off. And he was like, you know what? I kind of need to stick with this. I think they're in a good spot here. Could be a blitz. Ford, another perfect throw, and Stroud, 20 for 20. It's coming out of announcership a little bit. I've never even done this in any Madden, let alone this season. Don't want to jinx it, but we are still several completions away from having the record, and this is a nice drive. Nice spin. Was like, you know what? The juke move's not really working. Let's try the spin move, and it actually worked pretty nicely. Kind of want that record now. It's not like a great one to have, but it's still something. Oh no! Not only are we not going to have the completion record, but it's going to be picked by Jewel, who's been all over us in the mind games. I mean, a little PI if we're going to be honest, but the Vikings have a chance now. I mean, tell me that's not PI, though. I got to watch this back. We're going to Boyer. He is the man on this play. Oh, it's our own guy. When I saw this, I thought it was PI, but it was actually that he bumped into Ford. But, I mean, obviously, he's running this shallow at most to the 14-yard line and gets bumped by his own guy, ends up all the way at the 10. What am I supposed to do here? This is an anticipatory game. At this point, I'm like, okay, this is, I mean, maybe I should have threw to Ford anyways. This is an open tight end. And instead, we lose our completion streak and open the door for the Vikings here. Open the door. And timing throw, but picked by Clayton. Oh my God, how did he see that? That was like a switch off user type pick. I think he was covering Jefferson, and I don't know, he just looked up even though he was beat and saw Osborne getting the ball. Show this back. I would like to see it. They're not going to show. They're just going to show Jordan Love kind of like sidearming it. And yeah, covering Jefferson ends up picking the ball anyways. They had a chance, and instead we're basically right back to the exact spot that we threw the pick to. And here goes Washington, who's now down to the 5. I mean, who knows? You can trigger a back-to-back breakout, so I'm not going to just be like, oh, well, we got it. Let's bench him and sit him, whatever. I mean, I want another breakout. Why can't I have 2? I'm greedy. And Washington in for the second touchdown today. He gets the scenario in both ways with a receiving and rushing touchdown and over 100 yards in the game from scrimmage. Washington having back-to-back great weeks here. Great angle and a nice little cut in for the score. Great blocking. Could be game. If they start running the ball now that they're down 25 with a little bit of time left, oh my God. What a block, though. Only gains 4 on it, but what a block. I just don't know why you don't run the ball more earlier, though. I mean, it's kind of working. Oh, we just got smoked. Oh, what an angle. Sermon's got to get depth. Flowers is fast. Gets taken out of the 27. Doesn't even have that juke move, but that change of direction, and I mean, he just did well. I don't know what to tell you. He did well there in the zone as their running back now, who will probably never touch the ball for the rest of the game. Will Anderson dropping into coverage. Tight end screen. Blasts him, and because of the break tackle, actually loses a bunch. And Jordan Love is back, so will the starting quarterback actually score a touchdown at all, despite the fact that the backup scored on his first throw? Find out. Harris, nice swim move, trying to chase him down, and Jordan Love is going to throw it away last second. No one really open, though. Field goal would keep them in the game. There's another screen. I don't know what that is. Pressure's in his face, and instead of throwing it underneath to the running back who's in the zone, throws it away, and, I mean, like I said, the field goal does keep them in the game with 3 possessions, but it is still not a good look, especially if they were to miss this. But they do not. All right, 13-35. Washington today over 100 yards with 2 touchdowns, and obviously the receiving stats add to it. Be nice to get him over 150. I think he's pretty close to that already, in fairness. Read option. And nowhere really to go. Handing off to Washington for 1. Inside handoff to Washington. Gets some pretty good blocks, and there goes Washington for some speed moves. Nice little back juke. Get to the 40, gaining about 15. Stretch play to the right. And they kind of look like they're on this. Going to cut that inside. Good little juke slide. Gains 3. A lot of carries for Washington today. Who would have thought that he had this in him? Who would have thought? The backup running back, Wall, is now in. Got to give Washington a break. Wall, the power back. And fighting the big fella. Just so much talent on this backfield that just don't really have much of a chance to get all these guys playing. So with Pierce out, we get a little bit of an extended look. And so far, I feel pretty... Oh, Lord. What a cutback. Somehow gains 4 on that. We were staring a freaking hit right in the face. That'll lead us to the 4th quarter. And for the most part, we're keeping this pretty conservative. Inside handoff. Oh, they're coming with the blitz. Washington uses the speed to get outside, though, and gains a near first, 10 yards. A fresh set first. Washington's having a day. Again. Maybe it is almost time to bench him. As much as I want to trigger a breakout for next week, I also don't want to trigger an injury, and then any chance at a breakout's pretty much gone. So I think after this drive, that's going to be a GG for him on the day. Which, what a day it was. Surprised he's even still in. The injuries are the time for his stamina. This time, not going to get there. Stamina consumption. They really need to get like a sack on us or something. Going to go the play action, maybe hit Nico on like a shot type play. Forward up the sideline on the kind of wheel. It's not really clean, so we're going to get some yards with Stroud, who picks up the first. Oh, my Lord. The Vikings are in a disaster of a game. I mean, looking around the field, there really isn't anyone open here. And Rudolph's in a really good spot to seal off the edge. And that is unbelievable. I can't believe that. Stroud of all players, though. Washington to the left, and I was hesitating again, and these numbers are starting to go backwards a little bit. Numbers are starting to go backwards. I don't like it. I want more yards, not less. There we go. Harrison. Must be some tiredness from Washington there. How does Harrison stop us from running through that gap? And honestly, I want Washington to run on a route because I'm worried that if he goes for the block, he gets injured. Boyer holds on, falls forward to the 1, hurry up to the line, see if we can get Washington in there for a touchdown. Hurry up to the line. Okay, that's not really hurrying up. And Washington over the pile, doesn't need to, but what a dive. Scores the game winner. 3 total touchdowns, over 150. Could we see back-to-back? TJ Hawkinson cooking up against us a little bit again, and I just don't understand how they haven't been able to sustain drives. Oh, there's no way, and we miss hard. Oh, we were on that, but linebackers don't jump. They got some receivers out here, and their running back's good, and I don't know. I really don't understand how they struggled so much in this one. Our offense was pretty good, but their defense was terrible. Try to swat. Give me the swat. Nice knockout. If they give me a swat from that range, that ball goes flying up, and maybe we get a pick. Want some more turnovers for this defense, which has probably had easily its best performance this season, I feel. Good tackle. Wow. Whatever you want to call that. And as we release a DT, of course, Lonnie Glover joining Adrian Lane in that injury situation. Those guys always injured, I swear. Hudson. Oh, there's a free rusher. And not going to get there. Hawkinson rolls over the first down. Bring the blitz. Fatu Kasi. A little surprised he's actually in here. Spin move on nothing. Will Anderson beat. And the running back's just outrunning everybody. Down to the 2. Holy crap. 6 for 108 and they didn't run him? High ankle sprain. Hopefully that's nothing. But what are they doing? Sermon, the safety, going against freaking Justin Jefferson. And they get smoked that time. Good the press, man. See if we get speed rush off the edge. Kind of. And back of the end zone. Perfect throw. There's not much you can do about that. Who would expect a freaking streak in the back of the end zone? Well, it wasn't even a streak, but he threw it like a streak. It's a little late for the griddles. The McGriddles, it's lunchtime, dude. It's dinner time. But they got a chance! Down 3 possessions. Obviously, this needs to be an onside kick. And we're going to go base onside kick. I don't know what they went with, but we've got some speedy receivers out there, I think. Oh, my. Oh, my! And the Vikings will recover. Who was that? I think it was Sermon, too. Wait, we have this set. No, it's Ford. Really? That is, I don't know who the hell that guy is, but wow. And we're lucky that they can't, like, you know, proceed. If you could advance that ball, it's a touchdown. But I also don't understand why you can't. Why can't you advance the ball in that situation? Like, why is that the rule? I mean, the defense, they shouldn't be able to just defend for the receiving of the ball. They should also have to defend for, you know, if the other team does get the onside. Perfect throw, Hawkinson. These super short, low throws have been pretty good. I mean, if they would have just made one more play this game, who knows? But obviously now it's just like, even with that onside kick and the sack from Will Anderson, you know, the clock is just too far gone and the score is too far gone. Cover 2 when we need to stop them makes sense. Stepping up, and that's going to cause him to throw all the way across the field for a near negative gain. Good fake injury as that saves the time and the timeouts. All right, let's see if Griffin can get something on the left tackle. O'Neal's been kind of cooked, but Griffin's been locked up for the most part, and that's a great find. How are we leaving the one man open that they always go to? Like, it was cover 4. Cover that sideline, would you? Oh, Hudson. He would have been there a little sooner. Maybe picks that off. See Griffin with the power move over the middle. Nope, doesn't work. And speaking of over the middle, great hit, though, by Sermon. I mean, I don't know what that's going to really do, but that's going to stop them from getting in. What a pop. And overthrows it, so who knows? I mean, if that play alone, which it kind of seems like it will, gets this to the 2-minute warning, that is a huge tackle. And it will. I mean, that is an insane tackle by Sermon. Justin Jefferson kind of had momentum, and he just got blasted. What a denial. Still not in the end zone. Still got to actually get in there. And they will, barely by Osborne. We were a little far off there, but I kind of worried about an out route or a zig. And down by 16, they're going to go for 2 here. They're down by 16. They're going for 2. And it's a great throw and catch. That will be 14 now. 2 minutes left. I guess we go with something else. We go with... Wait, where's the... Oh, XL. We'll go with the XL this time, see if that does something. Got a few bigger names up there. Tight end and a fullback. Ford. This time actually catches it. Tries to cut up field. Gets destroyed. They're going to need a miracle, but boy, do we love to give those out for some reason. And Ford gets injured. Of course he does. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? Because at this point, though, we're basically just playing the smart game, waste the clock as much as possible. Broken ribs. Oh, my God, with these injuries. And I didn't change the injury sliders. That's what's crazy part is. Just out of nowhere, they're just popping off. Washington gains a yard. Once again, I think you just do the smart thing. You'll get the clock going, and whatever happens, happens. I could throw the ball here, but why? Why? Just play the outside and still get the first down and win the game. Okay, don't go down. Why not? And that will be the game. And despite the late game shenanigans by the Vikings, we would end up winning the game 42-28. Vikings offense, even though it seems like it should be capable, really didn't look that good in this one. Our defense was pretty locked down, and pass rush was pretty good, despite the fact that they have basically the best tackle group in the league, it seems. And C.J. Stroud puts up another good game, and an even better game for Washington. Only one missed throw all game for Stroud, and it was an interception. That hurts. Hayes' only throw of the game was a touchdown. Jordan Love wasn't great, but he did pick it up a little late. Need the run game to work for them, but they just don't want to run the ball. Washington, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then in the receiving game, a 50-yarder with a touchdown. So 3 touchdowns, over 200 total. Could be the player of the week. Hopefully is. Nico Collins with 2 touchdowns himself. Ford with a touchdown, but ended up getting injured with broken ribs. Very balanced game across the board for us. Hawkinson, though, with all of their catches for the most part. Sack totals, they gave up 3. Scene was all over the field. He was all over the scene. Hudson with a sack, Will Anderson with a sack, and Lonnie Glover with a sack. Oh, also Christian Harris with a sack, apparently. Chris Clayton with an interception, and then Jewell, who cooked us, got an interception himself. And that would be the GG. All right, Washington already. We should probably just wait because he's going to have more upgrades anyways. Let's get our breakout in. Please be 20k XP. Next week, a big one. Could decide the division. First things first, let's take a look at his injury. Broken ribs. Out for 4 weeks. Oh my God, these injuries are insane now. But let's take a look at that breakout. See Javon watching and maybe go to star dev and then some. How about that game for Javon Washington? I thought of him as a serviceable backup, even though even back in his college days. But if we develop him properly, I think he'd be a special player. I mean, he already is, but 5k XP is an L. But star dev is nice. Could get a breakout next week as well. A little bit significant, you know, for the difficulty. A little bit harder, but that's fine. Gonna go with the loser. We're trying to get that juke move, that change of direction up. Let's see what he gets. Juke move, change of direction, carrying all that stuff. Not bad. Would like to see a +2 to juke move though. That's what I'm really looking for. Gets 1 to juke again, 1 to change direction. I can't really fault it. 91 change of direction now with 86 juke move. He's coming along. And obviously, when Pierce is back, he's the starter. But it's nice to have a backup that's capable. And if we were to somehow get him the superstar, it would be a very dynamic offense. Maybe you have to go to like 2 running back sets more often, but that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I really do appreciate continued support on the channel. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content. And next week should be a doozy as we are facing off against the 10-3 Jaguars as we ourselves are 10-3 going to Jacksonville. I wonder if that's going to be a primetime game. It should. But I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are as well. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video,